Chapter 30. Abrasive, admonish, antithesis, culmination, docile, emulate, hierarchy, incapacitate, prognosis, tumult. 10 words in context. In the space whereby, write the letter of the meaning close to that of each bold-faced word. Use the context of the sentence to help you figure out each word's meaning. 1. Abrasive. Pumice stone, a naturally abrasive substance, can be used for rubbing away rough spots on the feet. Rust has a abrasive personality, critical and negative. She always seems to rub people the wrong way. A. Simple. B. Harsh. C. Common. Abrasive means B. Harsh. Admonish. When the guide found the hikers deep in the woods, but unhurt, he admonished them for turning off the trail. Because the little girl had spent her entire allowance on candy, her parents admonished her for wasting her money. A. To lead. B. To criticize. C. To irritate. Admonish means B. To criticize. 3. Antithesis. My taste in music is the antithesis of my brother's. I liked heavy metals played loud. He liked soft classical music. Pauline's free spirit's second husband is the antithesis of her first, who was very timid and cautious man. A. The reverse. B. Something superior. C. An imitation. Antithesis means A. The reverse. 4. Culminations. For an actor or actress, receiving an academic award is often the culmination of many years of effort, progressing from drama school to bit parts to major roles. The Super Bowl is the culmination of the entire professional football season. All the rivalries, victories, and defeats live up to its final contest. A. A series. B. A cost. C. A final high point. Culminations means C. A final high point. 5. Docile. After only a month of the obedience training, our uncontrollable puppy calmed down, learning to pay attention to us, and became far more docile. Drug and even surgery has been used in mental hospitals to make violent patients docile, so that they could be managed more easily. A. Obedient. B. Strong. C. Curable. Docile means A. Obedient. 6. Emulate. Jessie has always tried to emulate her older sister. She tried hard to do just as well as her sister, if not better, in school, at sports, and in popularity. Young stars often want to emulate famous athletes. They train always as hard as the champions do, with dreams of someday being as skilled as their heroes. A. To admire. B. To imitate. C. To submit to. Emulate means B. To imitate. 7. Hierarchy. The armed forces are a clear example of a strict hierarchy. Everyone has a specific rank and must follow the orders of those whose ranks is higher. Pam soon learns that all requests and suggestions have to be passed off through the level of the company's hierarchy. She could communicate directly with her own boss, but not with the boss' boss. Let alone the company president. A. A rent system. B. A training system. C. A lodge system. Hierarchy means A. A rent system. A. Incapacitate. The lecture was cancelled because the speaker was incapacitated by the flu. My mother can't tolerate alcohol. Even half a glass of wine incapacitate her. All she could do is giggle for a while and then go to sleep. A. To irritate. B. To be concerned with. C. To disable. Incapacitate mean C. To disable. 9. Prognosis. Nothing's operations went well. The surgeon's prognosis is that nothing will fully recover unless strict legislation is passed to reduce acid rain. The prognosis for the world's forest will remain poor. A. A forecast. B. An illness. C. An organization. Prognosis means A. A forecast. 10. Tumult. Spectators at the hockey match are often wide and noisy, and the tumult becomes even greater during a suddenly death over time. On New Year's Eve, the tumult in Times Square reached such proportions that the crowd could be heard a mile away. A. Damage. B. Uproar. C. Friction. Tumult means uproar. Matching words with definitions. Following are definitions of the 10 words. Clearly write or print each word next to its definitions. The sentence above on the previous page will help you decide on the meaning of each word. 1. Tumult. The noise is disorder of the crowd. A commotion. 2. Incapacitate. To make unable or unfit, especially for normal activities. Disable. 3. Docile. Tending to give in to the control or power of others without resisting. Easy to handle or discipline. Willingly led. 4. Abrasive. Able to cause a wearing away by rubbing or scraping, rough, irritating. 5. Prognosis. A prediction of course, outcomes or effects of something, especially a disease or injury. 6. Admonish. To scold gently but seriously. 7. Antithesis. The exactly opposite. A. Culminations. The highest point or degree toward a series of actions or events. The climax. 9. Emulate. To try to equal or surpass, especially by imitations. Imitate. 10. Hierarchy. Organization of people in a series of level according to importance or authority. Caution. Don't go any further until you are sure the above answers are correct. Then you can use the definitions to help you in the following practice. Your goal is eventually knows the words well enough so that you don't need to check the definitions at all. Sentence check 1. Using the answer lines provided, complete each item below with the correct word from the box. Use each word once. A. Abrasive. B. Admonish. C. Antithesis. D. Culminations. E. Docile. F. Emulate. G. Hierarchy. H. Incapacitate. I. Prognosis. J. Two mounts. 1. At Rock concert, the audience grew more and more excited and out of control. There was such tumult that no one could hear the music. 2. I ruined a non-stick frying pan by using abrasive cleaner on it, and the surface rubbed right off. 3. The runner was incapacitated by a sprained ankle and had to miss the big race. 4. When those ideas about furniture are the antithesis of mine, he liked colonial maple, but I liked modern tubular steel. 5. The hierarchy of Roman Catholic Church goes from the parish priest up through bishops, archbishops, and cardinal to the Pope at the head. 6. Mother admonished us for spending too much money on her birthday gift, but we could say that she was pleased. 7. The company is financially sick, and unless some change amid its top management, the prognosis is poor. It could be go out of business. A. In the present movie, the convict acts very docile while planning a riot. The guards, who weren't too bright, kept congratulating the inmates on being so well behaved. In colonial America, many people believe in and fear witches. Hysteria over witch hunting reached its culminations in Salem, Massachusetts, where the 19 supposed witches were put to death. If you want to emulate Elvis Presley, fine, my mother says, but trying to match his energy and warmth on stage, not his self-destructiveness. Note: now check your answers to these questions by turning to page 179. Going over the answers carefully will help you prepare for the next two practice, for which answers are not given. Sentence check 2. Using the answer line provided, complete each item's load with 2 words from the boxes. Use each word once. 1 to 2. The rebellious little girl, always demanding more and more autonomy, was the antithesis of her obedient, docile sister. They were an incongruous pair of siblings. The prognosis for those authorities is not encouraging. Her doctor doesn't equivocate, but tell her frankly that in times it may incapacitate her completely. 5 to 6. Beth moved steadily up the company hierarchy until she was named president. This appointment, the culmination of 20 years of hard work and dedication, put her at the pinnacle of her career. 7 to 8. Corey has many good qualities that I would like to emulate, but his abrasive manner is a handicap. He estranges people because he rejects any ideas that diverge from his own. 9 to 10. Jude doesn't expect the children's behavior in the car to be impeccable, but the 2 months in the back seat finally reached such a level that he had to admonish them. Final check. Firing out boss. Here is the final opportunity for you to strengthen your knowledge of the 10 words. First, read the following selections carefully, then fill in each blank with a word from the box on the top of the previous page. Context clues will help you figure out each word goes in which blank. Use each word once. My stints in the bookkeeping department has lasted for 3 years, when Jay Keller was brought in as department head. I don't expect supervisors to be pale with their subordinate, and I don't object to being admonished when we've done something wrong. Keller's criticism, however, was constant and harsh, and the office atmosphere seemed permeated by his antipathies towards us. His abrasive style made everyone in the department miserable. Kellers was the complete antithesis of Kendra Borden, our previous boss, who has been so thoughtful that we all try to emulate her. In contrast, Keller's mere presence could incapacitate us to points where we could hardly add two and two. Within a few weeks, even the most docile employees were getting rebellious and starting to have subversive thoughts. Our frustrations and anguish finally reached culminations when Keller loudly belittled a new worker in front of everyone else, using such derogatory terms, stupid, airhead, and he made her cry. Furiously, we suddenly decided that our only recourse was to go over Keller's head, to ignore the company's hierarchy, and present our denunciations to Keller directly to his boss. Our meeting in her office began in tumult, but then we settled down and tell our story, trying to be as lucid as possible, so she could understand exactly what has been going on. We conclude with the contention that ours was a deeply troubled department, and that if Keller stayed, and the prognosis for it was not good, everyone else would quit. That was Friday afternoon. On Monday morning, our spontaneous action proved to be successful. We had a new boss. Course. Sentence check 2. Final check. Enter your course above and in the vocabulary performance checked in the inside back cover of the book.